Hello. Hey, Kiri. Good evening to you. Heat wave continues 86 in the air conditioning. Oh, my goodness. I know last week when we were in the 90s again, my my newer upstairs air conditioner could not keep up. It was like blowing out warm air. And I'm like, what is going on? It's like, this is only a year old. It's like, what's wrong with it? Right? And I'm like, oh, goodness sakes. But I'm so sorry that it's so hot down there for you guys. But I'm glad that you have AC though, Kiri. I'm glad that you at least have that. So it's a little bit of a break from what you have outside. So, hey, Mother Earth Garden Club, hello. What is your first name? I'm trying to remember if you gave that to me before or not. I try to address people by their names, but so Patty, hello. Say hi to Mac for me too. So Sandy, okay. Hello, Mindy. How are you? From Red Wing. Yes. Sandy, where are you from? And I may have to ask you more times about because I'm terrible at remembering names, but I'm trying. Um, oh, you're in Crystal, another Minnesotan. Yay! Alicia, good evening to you. How are you doing tonight? Oh, yeah, is the storm that came through almost 2 weeks ago. It'll be 2 weeks tomorrow night. That left just damage all over the place in these few towns. But uh, I just discovered this weekend because I was driving home from a different direction that I have a huge limb down from my neighbor's tree that came down on my property way in the back. The reason I didn't notice it at first is because I have a dirt pile back there that's been there for almost 2 years and it's like just overgrown. And so it just looked like it was really bushy, which it was, but there's a huge tree limb back there. So, oh, I don't know. So your broken wrist is now healed. Yay! Oh, yes. Well, I'm hoping that the physical therapy will loosen that up for you, Kiri. I'm hoping so. Hey, Patty. How are you? Cucumbers are going crazy. I didn't grow any. I just have not had luck growing them. Um, I don't know if my soil gets too dry or what, but anyway, so, well, I'm glad the cucumbers are doing well. Um, Joy, hello. How are you doing? Yes, I hope you do get your range of motion back to Gary. So, yeah, I know physical therapy is no fun. It's not easy, but hopefully that'll get through. So, you planted cucumber seeds yesterday. Oh, good for you. Oh, Sandy, I'm so sorry. That is so hard. And I don't know how old you are, but as some of us approach this age, Tinker's wife and Patty and a few of us are in this range that it's like it's so hard because we're in that age range where we start losing people and it's not easy. It's not easy. So um where did you say you were in Crystal? Okay. So we have Crystal and Red Wing. Yay. Um so I have been yes, picking I need to pick more green beans probably tomorrow. But I had my first picking, which wasn't bad at all. And I picked on Friday, and they're actually still in the refrigerator. So I just haven't had a chance to get to them. Um, there's just so much going on right now that I'm trying to tend to. The last 3 summers with my parents and stuff, I haven't been able to do anything other than even the mere basic stuff outside. And so um, now I'm just trying to get to all those things. And of course, I'm 3 years older. Everything is 3 years more deteriorated. And so it's just like, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So I had to get some square pavers today from Menards, and they're 16 by 16 by 2 inches. And those things, they weigh 40 pounds a piece. So I had to get 15 of them, and which is probably not enough. I think I'm going to need to get probably another 10 or so. But anyway, that's 600 pounds of pavers, right? 15 by 40. Wait, is that right? Yeah, 600 pounds. So it's like, oh, lifting all of that stuff. So all these things are just not easy. So anyway, what my I don't know. It's like I get one project done, and I go, ooh, and I I add 4 or 5 more to my list instead of just trying to tend to the list that's there. It's like, because it's like I see other things that have to get done, but so kind of another thing that I'm focusing on now. And there's so much to get done before winter. Not even before winter, before the Asian beetles hit, which is usually the end of September. So, but around I got my shed 2 years ago, and it is there's space underneath it, and so the rabbits go under there and all this other kind of stuff. And so I'm just trying to. I need to put barriers around it. So what I'm going to do is dig pretty deeply around there, at least a foot deep or so. And then I'm going to staple hardware cloth to the shed itself, like staple it to the shed, bring it down a foot under the ground, and then slope it out or put it in an L or something under there, and then fill it back in with dirt and gravel and stuff. And then and then the exposed part, I'm trying to find some type of skirting to put around it, so kind of like a double duty layer in there, so it'll keep the snakes out too and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, yeah, all of these things, and when it's hot and everything, trying to get these done. um, so like I said, once it used to be in our minds, and those of you in Minnesota totally understand that we think, okay, we have until the middle or the end of October to get these things done, because fall is such a beautiful time to work outside. It might be 40 or 50 degrees, but it's beautiful. You get your jacket on, you're out there working and getting all this stuff done. But what happens is that, like I said, around the end of September, just as it's starting to cool down, that's when they start harvesting the soybeans. And that's when the Asian beetles come in, because they love all the aphids on the soybeans. And so they come in and they swarm, and they just swarm, and they stay until the first snow, basically. So it's like our October is just shot, and it's like, it's so disappointing, because I love October. I just absolutely love October, and for so many different reasons. But um, anyway, so I'm trying to get things done, even though it's hot and it's um, you know that drains me more and everything. But I'm trying to get all of that done. And what I can get done, I'll get done. What I don't. But every little bit is going to be progress. Had a guy out today to give me an estimate on new gutters, so it's like all these different things. But anyway, I need to get caught up on the chat. You guys are just talking away here. You had your first small harvest of mini potatoes. Yay! Oh, that's so good. Too late for you to get another crop started. Potatoes took 3 months. Probably because you've got to factor in the amount of sunlight, amount of daylight, and the angle of the sun too, not just first frost date. Um, at this point, it would be September, October, November, and so you're already getting way below freezing. Unless you put them in your greenhouse, you could try them in your greenhouse in a pot. That might work. Um, Sandy, oh, okay. So you understand about yeah, it's so hard. I'm so sorry. You need to harvest a few pumpkin jalapenos. Ooh, pumpkin jalapenos. Interesting. You're building a small walkway as well as looking at pavers too. Very cool. Yeah, the pavers I got. So in front of the shed, I've got in my shed double doors, so it's like 6 feet wide, and it's up probably 12 to 15 inches off the ground, something like that, the floor of it. And so right now I just have some 4x4s laid out, and I'm trying to use those as steps. They're just temporary. And so I get the pavers so I can put them in there and kind of make steps going up in there, and try to get that laid out. And I really need to fill in around there with dirt and more gravel around the shed itself. So that's what I have the pavers for. Yeah, I told you I got them, and I didn't really tell you what they were going to be for. So yes, to make as steps into the shed. It's the easiest way I think that I can figure out what to do with that. So um, yes, the never-ending expanding project list. I like that. Yes. Oh, Kiri, I hear you. It's like, oh, I know. Unique. We need a week of steady rain. Yes. Yes. Steady rain. Absolutely. Well, and that's another thing that it can turn very cold at the beginning of October and stay below freezing too, and then just be rain and cold and stuff. So it's not even conducive to working outside at that point. So, yeah. So just trying to get things done, and uh, going to be a lot of things going on this month. I mean, the contractors should be able to be here by the end of the month. My brother's coming probably another week or two to put in some cabinets. So there's just a lot of things going on. I'll have the gutters in by the end of the month. Uh, yeah, just a lot of stuff going on. Um, so I'm trying to prepare for that as well as try to keep up with everything. So, um, yeah, Kiri, I think just using it is going to help. That will help give you some strength there. You thought you had a contractor do your windows and other things here. Found out. Oh no! I hope you didn't give him any money. I hope not. So, after a hot summer, it's so invigorating, isn't it? Right? I don't think you could. Those beetles, they are so bad, and it's only been in what the last 15, 20 years, something like that. Prior to that, never had anything. It was so nice. So, um, you're right, Sandy. Yep, run out of energy before your list is done. I hear you. Oh my goodness. Matt and Sarah, hello. Oh, hey, Sarah. Well, thank you. I don't know if you're still here or not, but thanks for popping in. I really appreciate that. It's good to hear from you. I know you've been crazy busy this summer. So, you guys just breathe, 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 and take care. Oh, it's still that dry, Patty? Oh my goodness. Wow. Extreme heat wave here, very dangerous, hot at night. Oh my goodness. You got a half inch. All of that weather that came through, I didn't get no, I shouldn't say I didn't get a drop. I got a few sprinkles at one point. But it was like they were saying like 70% chance of thunderstorms and all this other kind of stuff all weekend. I didn't, like I said, a couple sprinkles at one point, and that was it. So, yeah, nothing to write home about, that's for sure. Um, Otherwise, it's been probably almost 2 weeks since we had a good rain. And that was that storm that came through that we had 3.5 inches in like 20 minutes. So just dishing up supper, lots of deep breaths over here. Oh, well, say hi to Matt and the kids for me too. Hugs to all of you. Yes, Patty, I'm glad that no money was given too. So, um, yeah, it's been really crazy here. So I have been picking, like I said, I finished picking all the peas. I think I got a total of maybe 2 cups of peas, but I didn't have that many plants in, and they were just little tom thumb plants. It was so cute though. Um, my friends that came over to help me haul away all the branches that I had cut down. Um, they're farmers, and John was like, he's looking at my garden. He's like, what kind of peas are those? It's like, well, it's the variety. He's like, but I said, those are peas. And he's like, they're so little because, they only get like 6 inches high or something. And they're not your usual 3 foot high pea plants. Um, but one little plant can put out 5 to 8 pods or something like that. So they actually do pretty good. And each pod has an average of 7 peas in it. So that's not too bad. But they were just like, I had space and they were leftover um, seeds that I had from the year before. So I was like, I'll just throw these in here. And he's like, what are those? Those are Tom Thumb peas. So it was really kind of cute. Um, Yes, right, Sandy. We'd have to do that. With severe thunderstorms, flooding again. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Yeah, so we go from drought to flood, from flood to drought, and all back and forth. So I actually got a kit for those of you in the north. You'll appreciate this, but and I just got it today, so hopefully it'll work. But on my roof, I've talked to you about the ice dams and the snow load and everything that I've had problems with, even though I roof rake it and stuff. Um, the Because I'm getting new gutters and everything put in, it was like I have to protect everything. So they have these. It's like a cable that gets that winds at zigzags for about a foot and a half or so to the edge of your roof. Everything in that area that ice dams build up, and so they they're like you plug it in and it's like a heat cable that melts the snow and ice and stuff. And so a lot of people will just plug it in when a snowstorm comes and that type of thing. So it'll all do that. Um, so anyway, I got one today, so we'll see how that works. So hopefully that'll be something that'll be a solution for me that won't build that up, but I don't know. We'll see there. So um, yeah, Patty, there, and don't be afraid to plant them. I don't know. I planted them maybe maybe 6 inches apart or something. Kind of broadcast them about 6 inches apart. You can put them closer than that if you want, because they'll be fine. And yeah, they're kind of fun to do. Especially if you have other plants that are taller and you just have the space around them. Just fill it in with the peas and everything. It's kind of fun. Um, oh my goodness. Wow. Oh, that's some serious stuff, Alicia. I'm so sorry. Wow. Yeah, how do you deal with all of that? Oh my goodness. So, yeah, my beans are doing well. My purple beans were the first ones to come. I've got a few yellow beans, and then I've got a mix of colors out there, but the purple beans are doing really, really well, which I'm really happy about. And they're Royal Burgundy by Emma Gardner. And so I think I am going to probably try those again because they're growing really well. I've always grown the early contender green bush beans, and so I thought I would try these. They're easy to see on the plants. I like them. So Matt and Sarah, if you're still listening and you need beans you want the kids to help you find the beans, the green ones are really hard to find because they just look like the stems and everything. Um, Grow some purple beans. That really helps. And so, plus it'll be fun for them to see them turn green when they cook them. So, well, yay, Mindy! I'm so glad. That's so wonderful. Um, what else have I harvested? Almost all of the onions, my bulb onions, my volunteer bulb onions that stayed in the ground all winter long and that came up. So I've got I think two left. The stems are still nice and straight, so it's like I'm leaving them in there, let them get bigger. So as soon as those flop over, I'll pull those out, and then I've got two onions that went to seed. So I'm just waiting for the flowers to, the seed head to brown up before I pull them out and cut the head off and everything, so that I can save the seed for the onions, which would be kind of exciting. It's the first time I've ever saved onion seed. And but so as soon as those come out, I'm going to fill that bed with some annual ryegrass and get that cover crop growing. So that's my point to be able to do that, or my plan, I should say. I'm going to pull the peas really quickly because they're about done. I think there might be just a handful out there that are left. And so I'll pull those. I have couple rows of carrots in that same bed, but those will take a little while. So I'll get the cover crop going in there, and the onions, and then um, the beans they're still flowering like crazy and everything. So I'm going to get a lot of beans. We get a lot of beans. So it might be a while before I can get the cover crop in there, but annual rye grows pretty fast anyway. So, um, love dragon tongue bush beans. Never make it into the house. Some of my seeds are dragon tongue because they were leftovers from a couple years ago, and but when I grew them then, they were all green beans. So you put the wrong seeds in there. So I think they're still coming up green. I don't think they changed at all in the package. Um, but that's kind of fun. You're loving the purple beans? Oh, you did grow them. Okay. So the green ones should be. Oh, I didn't know you. That's so great, Sarah. I guess I haven't paid close enough attention to your garden videos. I'm sorry. Super excited about your midnight purple popcorn. Ooh. Oh, how fun. Oh, Mindy, that would be great. You soaked white northern beans from the grocery store and planted a bunch, got them free. Yay! Oh, that'll be good. You grow Triumpho de violet beans, Paul, and you love them. Botanical interest has the seeds. Okay, cool. I grew pole beans one year, and um, I think I did. I don't remember if I did pole and bush beans together that year or not, but it's like once I'm done with the bush beans and canning them and everything, I just want to be done with beans. But the pole beans are at least 2 or 3 weeks behind the bush beans. And so it's like once I'm all done with those, then all of a sudden those start coming. And it's like I have to do like one or the other because it's like otherwise it's just too long of a season of just processing beans and it's crazy. So Oh, don't worry about it, Sarah. That's quite all right. Yes, I did, Sandy. It was Emma Gardner's Royal Burgundy. Those were the ones I got. So I don't know, if Sarah, if those were the ones you bought or not, but um, I didn't know they have purple popcorn. I know, isn't that fun? I think there's red, like a burgundy popcorn or something, but purple, yeah. Oh, it's just like fun stuff. Um, Beans forever. I know, right? It's like when you've got sinks loaded with beans and you're cleaning them and processing and canning them. It's like, I mean, as it is, the season goes for like 3 weeks, and it's like, okay, let's just get it done, you know. And but Wolf's Homestead sold the popcorn seeds this year. Cheap way to get popcorn. Okay. Oh, that is so good. You're enjoying white patty pan squash. Awesome. Very, very good. Yeah, there's so many great things out there. Absolutely. Um, yeah, my green onions are coming up very nicely. They're probably 10 inches high, I think, right now. So another couple inches and then letting them fill out a little bit more, and I'll start harvesting those as I need them. And I usually just I'll pull the biggest ones right away, and then especially if those are like crowded in there or something, so I'll start pulling those and using them and cutting them. So see there, and then peppers. I have purple peppers, just 3 plants, but they are producing so incredibly, and they're I should have I meant to bring one. I've got one in the fridge, but it's a good sized pepper, a purple one. And I just those plants I just bought at Walmart, I think. Walmart or Menards, I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, they were just purple peppers, and they're growing very well. So those are just for fresh eating. Um, I got one zucchini so far out for 4 plants. I think I'm really low on pollinators because I've got a lot of blossoms out there, just nothing's happening. So I haven't had time to go out there and like with a Q-tip and do all the little pollinating plant transfers and different things like that. But um, zucchini is one thing you haven't given yet. This has been given this year. You're missing it. Chocolate zucchini bread. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Oh, thanks, Joy. Hey, Dave. 4 new baby hens. Ooh. Now, do you keep those separated until they're big enough to join the other ladies because of the pecking order that goes on? um, Not really. I don't think so. There's always a difference between homegrown and the store bought ones too. So they're not spicy or anything. It's just they're still, excuse me, a sweet bell pepper. It's separated for now. Okay. Hey Eli, how are you? Um, so those are things I have been harvesting in my little garden, my little itty bitty one. So we're doing all that. So anyway, I have been yapping along here. It's just so good to see you guys. It really is. So I wanted to, when I was doing my herb series, we went through a lot of different herbs and wild plants and different things like that. And so it would give you like a whole list of the benefits that are in there and the vitamins and the different things like that. And so it was just like, of course, overload of information. And not that this isn't too, but I forgot to put this in here. But let me see. So you guys can always copy that or come back for that. This link. So you're looking at a new fruit for vitamin C, sea berry. And that is one of the things on the list here. So anyway, I went through and kind of put things into different categories, um, like some of the green garden plants that you can grow, and then vegetables and the fruits, um, different things you can forage that wouldn't necessarily be in your garden or anything like that, or even your yard, but some foraging, and then animal sources of vitamin C too. So, a perennial thorny bush that spreads. Okay, yep, that's a food source. Okay, oh, that'll be good. Yeah, thorny bushes, that'll keep them away. There you go. You know what? I was really thinking about tonight doing my subject on deer deterrence, and and the things like that, but I just haven't enough time to research it. So hopefully I'll be able to do that next week. But you can grow it into a hedge. Nice. Nice. So some of the plants that you can get just in your garden that you can grow, some green things that are high in vitamin C, um, are green sorrel, bloody sorrel, green chard, red kale, pak choi, cilantro or coriander, thyme, and parsley. So if you guys don't know, parsley is like super packed with tons of vitamins and minerals and everything. It's just huge. So no butterfly showed up on your dealer found surprised your pumpkin. Oh, okay. Hmm, interesting. Yeah, parsley is just great. If you do, if you're a person who doesn't eat juicing at all like that, like you're throwing in your carrots and your celery and you just do different things, your kale and stuff. Think about throwing in a handful of parsley in there too. Super, super powerful packed. So bok choy and chard are favorites of yours. Okay, this one was pak choy. So I have no idea all the difference between because I don't grow them or eat them. So I know there's bok choy, pak choy, and just there's a few other things. So oh, Sandy, I know it's either you hate it or you love it, right? Um, okay, so those are just some of the greens and stuff that are in there. So okay, so they're very similar. There's got to be something that's a little different because of the different spellings out there, but I don't know what it is. So okay, similar. Okay. So vegetables would be Brussels sprouts, tomatoes, potatoes actually have vitamin C in there, which I didn't really know. Green and red peppers. Red peppers are higher. Actually, red peppers are the highest in all of the vegetables of vitamin C. Um, so in cauliflower, garlic, carrots, asparagus, beetroot, cucumber, and eggplant. So, okay. Thanks, Dave. So those are some of the veggies that you could grow, and especially like through the winter if you're worried about vitamin C. And I'm thinking, it's like, okay, they run out of vitamin C on the shelf. If you're taking a supplement or something like that, um, you can't get a hold of um, citrus fruits or anything like that we normally have to have shipped in, at least here in the north. We have to have them shipped in. Um, and it's like, what if that we don't get those anymore? We can't get oranges or lemons or anything like that. So you're in mid broccoli. Okay. So, there are different things. If you wanted to, dehydrate up a bunch of red peppers and then have them to put in soup or something like that, which would be a great thing. So, hey, Howie, how are you doing? Um, Cauliflower is ready to harvest this week. Nice. Oh, very good. Too much rain. Oh, I bet. I bet. I don't know if any of you follow Chelsea on Little Mountain Ranch. Uh, do you see her cauliflower and her broccoli this year? I mean, her cauliflower was seriously just huge. Like 2 or 3 times the size that you would see in the store. It was just amazing, amazing, amazing. So, okay, so those are some of the veggies that you can grow to, to help to supplement. Yep, and we'll get some to some of those too. But yes, a good syrup, and so definitely all of those other things. You pickle all leftover green tomatoes and excess peppers at the season's end. Good for you. You're retired now? Oh, well, I hope you enjoy it. Now you can just garden full time. Just be out there in your happy place, right? Pickled green tomatoes would be good. Oh, that probably would. The best of both worlds, right? So some of the fruits, now obviously we know fruit is higher in vitamin C than most other things. So um, I'm just going to list off a number of them. It probably doesn't cover everything. So, but elderberry, persimmon, red currant, black currant, goji berries, lychee, um, citrus fruits. I'm just putting them all in there. So your lemons, limes, oranges, grapefruits, all those kinds of citrus fruits. Indian gooseberry, cockadoo plum, or all plums really. But they said that one was high. I don't know what that plum is compared to other things. But kiwi, loganberry, cloudberry, papaya, strawberries, passion fruit, mango, melons, cranberry, blueberry, pineapple, pawpaw, grapes, apricots, bananas, cherry, peach, apple, choke cherry, pears, figs, bilberries. So really any berry, any citrus fruit, and then all of your other things, your plums and your different things. So if you can have, yep, they certainly do. And so I've got a whole section on that too, Howie. So yeah. Um, so if you're able to, now not all of us can grow fig trees outside or banana trees or mango trees or anything like that. But at least in the north, we can grow berries, strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries. We can grow all those elderberries. There's a bunch of berries grow very well. So if even if you can't get a tree growing in that way, at least get some bushes growing, and so you can do all of that. Um, I hear you, Sandy. Absolutely. You have some baby goji and elderberry, but not super productive yet. It'll probably take a couple years for it to and keep the deer away from them, right? You have to make pathways soil bank, and that's it. Oh, you chop it. Nice. Need to start planting greens and herbs. Yeah, try to figure out some way to be able to do it without where the goats and everything can't get into it and chomp them up for you. Um, chop and drop two, learning the ways. Raw beef has vitamin C. Rhubarb has moderate vitamin C. Oh, yeah, good. That was not on here. Rhubarb, yes. So some of the other, now we get into the foraging types, the things that you can go out into either your yard or the woods or just your area around you and look for them. And some of these are even just weeds that even grow in your garden. So it's like, and this is not, like I said, it's not all comprehensive. So, certainly add to them. Use rhubarb like lemon in cooking. Oh, great idea. Have turned your front city yard into food forest. Awesome. Way to go, Sandy. Oh, that's so great. Apple, cherry, and pear trees. Nice. Okay, to forage some things, rose hips. So if you get like the old fashioned traditional roses or wild roses or something, not like the super fancy hybrid roses and stuff, but um, ones that are out there that don't have a lot of petals or a big gorgeous bloom on them, but their hips end up growing really big, and they're very, very packed with vitamin C. They're very potent and everything. So rose hips, and in the fall is a great time to go and forage for those and collect them all. Um, Ariel at Fine Nith, she's done a great video on her foraging through the Wyoming mountains and everything with all that. So it's really, really great. Sea buckthorn, which is exactly what Dave is going to be growing. So sea buckthorn, jujube, a baobab tree, um, dandelion. And I know Eli is the dandelion king here, so that's high in vitamin C. Dog rose. Um, so you get the fruit of the dog rose. The balsam fir, the needles. Eastern white pine. Now, the eastern white pine, you can use the bark and the needles for that. Garlic mustard. So I wonder if that's is garlic mustard a wild plant? Like a wild mustard plant? It's a garlic mustard. So it calls the aerial parts. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but the aerial parts. Yep, shrub roses are usually better for rose hips. Yep. Um, yeah. Thank you for that little bit of information, Howie. I I hope nobody's eating right now. So we wish you could buy currants and gooseberries here. There's a local disease. Oh wow, wow. Okay. Red spruce. You can use the needles for that. High in vitamin C. And again, those are great for. I mean, you can probably just munch on the needles, but it's best to use those as like in a tea and stuff. You can just put them in hot water and let them steep. Wild garlic, use the leaves. Garden yellow rocket, use the basal leaves on that. Common blue violet. Have you seen people do like blue violet jam and stuff like that and syrup? I don't, was it Krista at was it her Prepsteaders? Yeah, Prepsteaders is her channel. Maybe a year ago, I think she did a blue violet, or maybe not even that long ago, earlier this spring. She did a blue violet a video on making the jam and the syrup and stuff like that. It was just like, oh man, it was so great. That's true, Howie. That's very true. Lamb's quarters, which grow as a weed all over the place in my gardens and stuff like that. But you can just use the young plants when they get, too big and high. You don't want to use the whole plants at all. But when they're just really probably 2 or 3 inches high or something, just a really young one, you can use the whole plant there. Then of course elderberry, you can forage for that, the fruit. Shepherd's purse. You want the basal leaves of the first year plants. So if you're foraging and you don't know what a first year plant looks like, you might, be careful about that one. But wild leeks, use the leaves of the wild leeks. Woodland strawberries, so use the fruit. Make sure that, another huge indicator when you're foraging and you're like, okay, is this okay or not? Everything is, are the animals eating those? If the birds are staying away from a bush, then you really want to double check and be careful because it might not be healthy for you to be able to eat that. So you've developed a liking to holy basil and chamomile tea. Don't know if it's nutritious. They're good for you. Absolutely. Mountain mint, Eastern tea berry. I have Eastern red bud. Eastern tea berry. Not sure. I could look that up really quick. Um, Nutrition of Eastern tea berry. The tea berry. Ooh, it is a heart attack preventive medicine. How about that? It was given to people recovering from that affliction. It's also been used by people with blood clotting problems and those who've had bad strokes. That's the medicinal use of tea berry. Um, it is supposed to thin and regulate the blood like aspirin does. So do be careful with that. If you need to go into surgery or something like that, it could thin it too much. Um, Makes a wonderful wintergreen tea. Yes. No. Okay, I don't see anything more on that. So, yeah, aspirin replacements. Holy basil is the same as, um, is that the Thai basil? Is that the one? I think is Thai and holy basil. Eastern tea berry everywhere, which makes great minty flavored tea additive. Very nice. Red bud flowers are delicious. The tree is in the pea family, so a nitrogen fixer, and the blooms taste similar to young peas. Cool. Cleaning salmon, making ready to smoke them. Yes, green grass too. Yep. As long as it's not sprayed, make sure it's not sprayed or anything. Um, all right, Howie, you take care. Have fun with your family. Yes, he is spoiled. Absolutely. Thai basil in the garden. It's Tulsi. Tulsi basil. Thai and holy are different plants. Okay. Thank you. Because I've heard both of them. So um, I am certainly not the basil expert. That's for sure. Thai basil is a bit anise and liquid. Okay. Yeah, they do. I've got lemon basil growing in my garden right now. So I've got a lot of lemon going on. I've got lemon balm. The plants are just starting to come up. So I'm hoping that they can get well and established to be able to be there for next year too. So um, because when I put them in my other pots on the south side of the house, I think it just got too hot and dry there. They just croaked. They fried. So but anyway, I've got lemon balm growing and it's smelling so good. Not lemon balm. Well, yeah, I've got the lemon basil. So the plants are still probably only 5 or 6 inches high. So they're not ready to harvest yet, but I can't wait to get them bigger and they can start harvesting. Um, it can be invasive. Okay. Yeah. And I'm okay because I want to have that for teas. Do lemon basil tea. Yes. Basil does not overwinter there. So um, mine don't overwinter, but if they go to seed um, and the seeds fall off in the ground, they will volunteer the next year. So they will do that. Let me see. Okay. So where am I at here? Um, woodland strawberry is the fruit. Mock strawberry. Um, I'm not sure exactly what that looks like, but they listed it. So a mock strawberry is you use the leaves of that for vitamin C. The eastern redbud, use the flowers. Mountain ash, you can use the fruit. Common yellow wood sorrel, you use the leaves, and the northern white cedar, use the needles. So so those are there. I'll Afterwards I will go in and put in, well, let me see if I can put it in at this point. Um, okay. So I added the link where you can find some of this, a lot of this information, and so if you go either go back or you refresh your screen, that link will be there, and you can go to it. So, a little bit on a salad. Oh, there you go. Good weeds, basil. Feed the neighbor. Basil won't winter over here either. You harvest here before they sow the seeds. You never volunteers. I'm hoping. I'm hoping, Alicia. I have got so much going on. Um, Oregon grapefruit is another good one for vitamin C. Okay, good. Indian medicine here in the. Okay. Hi, Caitlin. I certainly will be praying for you, my dear. Dave, lettuce, cherry tomatoes, calendula, nasturtium all come up as good weeds in spring. Okay. Awesome. All right. There's actually some animal sources too that are high in vitamin C. You think of, animals, just pure protein or high in iron or different things like that. They actually have vitamin C. Um, Lamb liver, calf adrenals, and they actually have to eat them raw though. I don't. I just don't do raw meat. I'm sorry. Um, Lamb's heart, lamb lung, human milk is high in vitamin C, goat milk, and cow's milk. So those are all sources of vitamin C that you can add to make sure that you keep getting it. Um, then there's some things that actually lifestyles and different things that you do that will deplete your vitamin C in your body and in your system. So even though you might be thinking you're getting enough, if you're doing these other things, it's actually depleting it too. Um, wow, that is a lot of liver, Dave. That is huge. Um, Patty, right? Okay. So alcoholism depletes your vitamin C. So if you drink a lot, that will deplete your vitamin C. Um, any babies that are only fed cow's milk, that will deplete their vitamin C. So they need other supplement there too. If you're not, you know, nursing or something like that, then they need to get something other than just milk from the store. Um, any senior citizens who are only consuming a tea and toast diet, so they need other sources of vitamin C. Absolutely. Um, yep, I agree with Alicia. It's supposed to be there. Any Monique has surgery next week, so you're going after the weird stuff, liver, heart, tongue, all this stuff. She's totally not interested. Oh, there you go. There you go. Sneak it into something to, like a shredded beef sandwich or something, or pulled pork, and it's actually tongue or something like that. So people who can't afford fruits and vegetables, they end up having a depletion of vitamin C. So beef heart tacos. Oh, there you go. I know. I don't know if I could get past that either, Alicia, but from what I've heard, it's just like incredibly delicious. It's like just a delicacy. You just have to like get to the center of it to like peel back all of the other stuff. Um, Smokers, so people who smoke, have that automatically depletes your vitamin C. Anybody with eating disorders, that will deplete your vitamin C. And type 1 diabetics have really high vitamin C requirements. So, so know that that's there too. But all of these other things is like I said, if you get normally supplements and everything like that for your vitamins, and all of a sudden that's not available anymore, or the um, and then the citrus fruit system is no longer available. These are other things that you can realize that there is vitamin C out there, because it's not like, "Oh, I can't get orange juice anymore. Oh no, we're low in vitamin C." There's other things you can do, and some of these things you can even grow in the house. You can grow um, some of the parsley and thyme and chard and stuff like that. You can grow, in your house, and have some of those things doing it. But that's what I hear, Dave. Yeah, yeah. Sandy, I can hear you. You never tried the tongue. The desired taste. Okay. But yeah, I've heard that the tongue is a very tender roast beef style type of thing. So um, anyway, that's what things can help with vitamin C. Are you guys interested in finding out, like if I devote another one to just like vitamin D, or vitamin A, or different things like that, the different vitamins or minerals that we would normally be getting? It's like, what are your other sources of being able to find that? Do you want me to? Are you interested in that at all, or not? But and a lot of these are packed with multiple vitamins, and so you'll see them coming up, um, all the time for everything. So okay, sounds good. My vitamin series. Yes, right, Joy. I mean, I do take supplements of vitamin D, even though I've been getting plenty of sun this summer. But yes, all winter long, because you know we're very vitamin D deprived here in the winter, and so I usually take about 15,000 units, I guess, about whatever that is. So um, 15,000, maybe 20, 15,000, I think. So yeah, so vitamin D is definitely a big thing. And you guys, I did not have pneumonia this year. First year in I don't know how many years that I've not had pneumonia. So at least 20 years, something like that, 25 years. So yeah, all the extra vitamin D and the supplements I started taking last summer. So yeah, it's been almost 2 years. So I'm like, this is so good. Oh, this is so wonderful. I know, Patty, right? And it's like, yeah, you should get your vitamin D. You just never know. Um, D2 for you, yeah, a prescription D2. Okay. Um, I've had weak lungs since I was a teenager, and so anytime I get a cold, it'll just go right into there. So, but yeah, so this year it's you retire your nerves. Okay, I do a D3. Um, it's better absorbed than D2. So thanks, Joy. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, just really susceptible to it. But I've been doing a lot of other supplements. And yeah, D, boy, I list them. Alpha lipoic acid, bitter melon, turmeric, um, what are some of these? Moringa, bodega moringa, and I think that one's been a huge one. That one I've been doing for my arthritis, and it's been great, really, really good. So I think that's actually been, just all of those really build the immune system and stuff. So anyway, all right. Um, D2 levels for dangerously low. D3. Okay. Yeah. If you can get those extra vitamins in there, that'd be great. Anyway, guys, our hour is up. So it's been wonderful, wonderful visiting with you, and thanks for letting me share some info. Um, all right, Eli, you take care. But all you guys just have a great week. Take care. God bless. Always have hope, and we will see you next week. Good night, everyone.